Welcome back, everyone, to the tasting room. Here we are. It's a new week.
New week.
New bourbons.
New life.
Today, you might notice that there are many glasses here instead of the traditional single bottle and single cup.
We've given up on restraint.
We've given up on restraint. No, it's because today we're going to be tasting the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, which, as we've talked about before, barrel proof just means they bottle it straight out of the barrel. They do not cut it with any water prior to bottling.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Craig is a Heaven Hill product, if you remember. So this one comes from Heaven Hill, and this is variant. So they bottle...
Like Loki.
Like Loki, yeah. Here's your alligator, here's your classic, and then a kid over here on the left. No. So Elijah Craig... Heaven Hill bottles the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof 3 times a year in 3 seasons. So they have the A, the B, and the C. So the A is like a January, February release. The B is like a summer, June, July. And then the fall, the C, is coming out like this week, September, October.
What's interesting is I don't know that I knew that Kentucky gets all 4 seasons.
All 4 in the extreme.
That's what they said. And I was like, oh, I miss those.
So that's why we're trying 3 different bottles today. We don't actually have any of the C season yet, but we do have B from 2020, B from 2021, and A from 2021. So we have summer of last year, winter, and summer of this year. And these are all wildly different proofs. So the strongest coming in at...
I think it's this one in the front.
Yeah, the strongest coming in at the summer of 2020, which was last summer. This is 127.2 proof. Now, of course...
That's when we all needed it.
And you posed a good question to me, which was, well, how can it be so strong if bourbon can't be over 125?
Yes.
Bourbon cannot go into the barrel over 125. It ranges in the strongest of what we have here, which is 127.2 proof of last summer, all the way down to this summer's release, which was 118.2. Now that actually relates to the fact that there's less evaporation in this summer versus last summer. It can't go into the barrel any higher than 125. But you said, how can it then get to 127 when it comes out? It's because as the water and evaporation happens when it gets hot and ages over that period of time, the stuff that's lost is mostly just moisture. And then so it gets stronger the longer it sits and the longer it condenses in that barrel.
Yeah, interesting. So let's give it a try, I guess.
All right, I have some over here because I couldn't fit everything on this tiny table.
We're going to start with this one, right?
So we're starting with the winter.
The winter.
So this is the winter of this year.
Of 20.
And then we're going to compare the 2 summers. So the winter of 2021.
123.6 from this year's winter season, early 2021.
A 2021.
That was the Canadian way of saying 2021. A 2021.
This one's very fruity. And I don't think it feels as strong. You get a lot of hug, but not a lot of like burning nose vapors at the top side.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, 100%. Definitely the hug. Definitely cherry?
Fruits, yeah. Cherry, apricot. There's a lot of fruits in this. I would say this is way fruitier than like a standard Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
Standard Craig is usually 94 proof, and
it's very fruit forward, isn't it?
It's more caramelly. This is very fruity. I'm going to save.
Right.
I'm going to save a little bit.
Yeah,
to
save
go
it a
back
little
to
because to come back.
So then the middle. This is the last summer.
So last year's summer. Okay.
Last year's summer. This one is the strongest of the 3, which is 127.2.
This one's got a.
I like the smell.
Yeah,
of
I was going to say. This one's got almost like a syrupy smell to it.
Much caramellier.
Oh yeah, completely.
That's
day
not
and
even
night
a real,
difference.
is that a real word? Caramellier?
Caramellier.
Caramellier.
It's French.
For more caramel flavor.
Caramel.
This one is interesting because, so in comparison, obviously this first one was very fruity.
So different.
This one is so different, but also I get less burn on this stronger one. Like there's not as much hug action going on.
I get a little more ethanol in this one than I did
more in the
last
palate,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, in the palate, yeah.
But less on the trip down.
Yeah, but definitely not as fruity at all.
No, this one is like
This
vanilla.
one sticks to that. Yeah, vanilla, caramel.
Dark, normal, regular bourbon flavors, but like concentrated. Okay, and then the last one is summer of this year.
Summer of this year.
This one is the lowest proof
So
of
this
these
was
three.
just bottled.
This one was bottled in the
Or
summer, like June, July.
June, so it starts at the beginning.
Yeah, it starts at the beginning of summer. C comes out in the early fall. So the third season is about to drop in stores. So this one is summer of this year.
I gotta say, this one smells different too.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is the most mellow of all three. It's like almost little to no burn on this one, I feel
This
like.
is a delight.
Yeah. You know what I learned? I meant to say before we started this, while we were in, when we went on our bourbon adventure, when we were at Woodford, when we did our tasting there, I liked how they did the tasting there because she was like, take the tiniest of sip and just hold it in your mouth for 5 seconds. And then she said, just swallow that. Now take another sip. And she says, now you'll taste so many more flavors. And then on that third sip, you'll
That's
taste
when you
it.
get like everything.
And I was like, oh, that's a good way to, nice way to remember
This
that.
one has a lot of hug that kind of sneaks up on you. So like hold like 30 seconds after you've
It's down
sipped
here though.
down,
It starts
like,
down here. It doesn't start in the
yeah,
mouth
exactly.
or in the throat. Yeah, it's like
this
here
is the
down.
smoothest on the palate.
Snuck over the
But
wall.
then it's like, hey, don't forget me. I'm down here. We all float down here.
Like when you swallow a hot piece of food too soon and you're
Yeah.
like, wow, I don't have anything to drink with, and now I have third-degree burns down my esophagus.
That's a little extreme, but
If I had $1 for every time. Of the last two, they are similar in flavor profile.
they are very similar. The A is wildly different.
Yeah,
but again,
so different. And the A is the oldest one. No,
the
the
A
A
is the middle.
The A was from winter this year.
From winter.
Yeah.
So I think that really speaks to when these things are coming in
Yeah.
and out of the barrels and when they're going into bottles. The season has a lot of effect on what flavors are going to be picked up in those different things.
Well, I got to imagine in the winter when they're pulling the bourbon out of the barrel's in that contracted mode because the
Yeah.
bourbon, all the flavors have, because it's cold and it's shrunk, and then when in the summer it's all still like kind of,
Out
it feels like it's
and about,
floating
yeah.
in the woods. It's like it's still got the wood going in it. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it, where it's like, okay, it pulls back. So like that vanilla caramel must be something in the wood, and then this one's like, no, we're too cold for the wood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the A, but I definitely, out of these three, I definitely would lean towards the flavors of the B season. The caramels, the vanillas, I prefer those. And I mean, unless you're making like a cocktail where you want it to be a little fruity, you'd want to use the A because you get those spicy fruit cherry notes.
I know which one's my favorite. Do you know which one's your favorite? I just did my 3 sips. I wasn't just racing to drink everything. Let me just take care of it. Boom, boom, boom. That's a weird looking dance. Just put them together. Now you got yourself a blend. It's like a rosé of bourbon.
I think I like B of this year best. You like B of last year.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. You can't get that bottle anymore. You have to just drink this one.
I think the deciding factor for me was that
The concentration, the super flavorful, and the less burn on the down.
I thought this one was this one didn't have as much burn.
Not down here.
No, down here, yeah.
Less on the palate.
I think this one I can taste more of the ethanol in the palate, and this one I can taste a little less. So the fact that this one has a little bit of a brighter burn doesn't bother me because I feel like I'm getting more of that pure caramel flavors, and this one feels just like a little.
All right, so the
mix.
B520 is the Ryno pick. The B521 is the Jilly pick.
And just throw the other one in the trash.
No.
I'm just kidding. We still like it.
No, yeah, we still like it. Obviously.
Never throw your bourbon in the trash.
So this bottle retails for $79. Obviously, you get quite a bang for the buck out of that with the high proof. Usually it's in the 120 range.
Let me ask you this. So when you go to the store and you're buying these 3, right? Like you're at the store, at a Total Wine or at ABC or whatever, and you go to the Elijah Craig because this is the barrel proof section. Are they separated by the season, or do you literally look at do you pick the bottle up and look at it?
These were all purchased when they were released. So these are like we bought it in January of this year.
I just always wonder, are they like putting it, oldest to back, front to left, or do they? Because they do. I don't see they separated a total wine.
Here's the thing with something like the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, it's in such high demand
that it's gone before the next
season would come out.
Okay,
so,
that makes sense then.
So if you see it, like I said, the C batch, the fall winter.
What'd you call me?
The C batch of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is just about to be released in the next couple of weeks. So if you are at a store and you see it for retail price, do not hesitate.
If you want it, get it when you see it. Otherwise, you have to assume it's gone.
The Barrel Proof goes on the aftermarket for around $120, $130. So,
there you have it.
But these were all purchased from stores at the time of release. So it is possible.
This is how you amass a collection over time, though, too. Because then this is fun, too, because if you're like, well, I'll get it this season even though I'm not out, you just have it, and then you can do a fun little tasting like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's fun. So it's Elijah Craig.
We are going to be looking to pick up the C, because we don't have any C season bottles to compare.
We'll have to do a Patreon sipping. We'll line all four
Once
up.
We'll have Steve get his guy to find us the C bottle.
That guy.
He still won't disclose where or who it is. Or what store or what town.
Listen, I don't know what he's doing to get it.
I don't care.
There's no
whatever.
shame here.
No shame in the game.
Here. No shame
all right.
here.
Anyway, that was the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. We will see you next time. I mean, Ryan will do the usual.
We have don't forget, we have our Patreon.
He'll do the closing statement.
We have our Patreon if you want to support our drinking habits. Also, we are looking to upgrade some equipment. So we're looking for a new camera. So we've got a little bit of a goal to hit with that. So if anyone feels generous enough, patreon.com/thebourbonstudy.
You can see all of the pours.
Yeah, the real intense pours.
We can be filmed for IMAX.
Yeah. I feel like it started as a duct tape production, and we're slowly but surely getting there.
We're into like a packing tape production at the moment.
Yeah. So we're on our way.
Not quite yet to staples.
Yeah, we can't afford the fun tape that has like characters on it just yet.
We're just the clear stuff.
Yeah.
That's stronger than like.
I mean, it'll ship.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Anyway.
So if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course leave us comments. Let us know what you're drinking, but we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
We drank it all.
There's nothing left.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.